thing. So. We'll be keeping you updated on what's going on in college football. Also, some of the few games going on in high school football as well. But this one is the Fire and the Crusaders. And coming up,
Calibrate.
Holy Family Catholic Fire. Central Minnesota Credit Union opening kickoff. And, of course, I want to remind you, you can watch tonight's game, or today's game, as I should say. I'm so used to doing night games. You can watch today's game at KNSIRadio.com. Just click the live game of the week icon. You'll be able to stream the game live. Coming up, the opening kickoff here on KNSI.
If you've been shopping for new appliances lately, you might have found this contest is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League.
We are stocked with over
These rules provide for good
Black is not my color.
fair play.
For your home.
It's like the only color I wear.
Start your shopping
refraining
online
from
at
negative gestures and by
appliance.com
respecting
or
the
visit the
decisions
showroom
of
closest
contest
to
officials.
you. M&H Appliance with 3
Also a
locations
reminder
to serve.
IMSA
Location and
SL
online
rules.
at MNHappliance.com.
Colder weather is on the way. Let us make sure your garage doors are ready for winter. Hi, Nathan Brown with American Door Works. Planned maintenance will extend the life of your garage doors, close up any leaky gaps, and help reduce the chance of dealing with problems in the cold winter months. Our service team also offers 24-hour emergency service on all residential and commercial doors and openers. Visit AmericanDoorWorks.com or give us a call.
Stylish, safe, and secure American.
With mental and physical strength, Stay Fit is the premier health club that gives an athlete all they need to advance to the next level. With personal training, group classes, state-of-the-art workout equipment, and nutrition guidance. 3 clubs, 1
senior Patrick Mulhern. Starting at guard, wearing number 64, sophomore Braylon Cummings. Starting at tackle, wearing number 71, senior Emiliano Corona. Starting at center, wearing number 77, sophomore Ben Gallus. And starting at tight end, wearing number 87, junior Nicholas Charpentier. The Fire are coached by Tim Triplett. He's assisted by Ian Parzik, Leroy Lofgren, Joe Steiner, and Garrett Fry.
Where's Tech?
As it is senior day for the Crusader football program, here are the seniors for the Crusaders. Number 73, Spencer Amundsen.
Oh, that's why they're over on the side now. I was like, why is Holy Family not?
Number 50, Andrew Bustamante. Number 25, Blake Ellard. Number 76, Andrew Hayward. Number 2, Max Henke. Number 10, Caleb Weiss. Number 40, Josh Minkinen. Number 6, Jack Pelzel. Number 11, Isaiah Pesh. Number 88, Carter Rostein. Number 9, Andrew Rott. Number 66, Cole Sexton. Number 15, Luke Shandro. Number 13, Logan Simmons. Number 68, Roman Voss. Number 21, Logan Winfield. And number 78, Ashton Zabinski. The Crusaders are coached by Jason Kleinfelter. He's assisted by John Voss, Colin Munoz, Ryan Olson, Ryan Tom, John Light, Andrew Light, James Boyle, Brock Van Helbeck, and Noah Light.
Yeah, that's fine.
Officials for today's game. The veteran, John Leisure. The soon-to-be departing Minnesota, Dale Freeze.
And we got it for you, Cathedral and Holy Family right here on KNSI. Let's send it out to Barry Hine. Barry?
All right, thank you, Gabe, along with Thomas Breach. We appreciate you joining us for high school football here on Halloween Saturday. Thomas, I was kind of surprised almost and see you not dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi or something.
Yeah, I tell you what, Barry, I'm young, but I'm not that young. I think I'm past Halloween a little bit, but happy Halloween.
All right. I have like a little pumpkin bucket along with you to ask for candy. I thought you were going to have that with you today. No, I'm kidding. But I appreciate you being here. It should be a fun Saturday afternoon of football here.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful day here in October, about as good as we can get, especially given the kind of rancid weather that we've had the last few weeks. It's going to be a really, really good day and a really good defense in Cathedral today that we're going to get to see.
And a Cathedral team looking to get to 500. They come in 1-2 on the year, and the Holy Family Fire looking to get number 1 on the year, so both teams something to fight for this afternoon.
Cathedral coming off of pitching a shutout against Little Falls, 7-0. That defense is hot. Let's see if they can keep it going this week.
All right, the Cathedral Crusaders just about to kick it off right to left from our vantage point here at Tech High School. The Holy Family Fire have one deep back. It's a low kick up front, and it hits one of the up backs, which gives the Holy Family Fire good field position. That was supposed to go much deeper, and it hit one of the up backs, and he just, or not even one of the up backs, one of the up men on the kick return team, and they're going to have a good field position, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, really good field position. Holy Family comes in scoring just under 14 points per game. They've been in double figures all 3 games this season, but early goings are always important for an offense.
Jack Kirsch brings the troops out. He'll have 3 wide and be in the gun on the first play of the ball game here. And he hands it off, fakes the handoff, keeps it, does Kirsch, cuts it up, voids a block across midfield down to about the 48-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play, brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Jake Kirsch is a dual threat quarterback here. He struggled with turnovers through 3 games, 8 picks to just 1 touchdown, but he does tuck and run quite a bit. 30 attempts on the season for 116 and 2 scores.
Good gain there on 1st down. Jacob Lensmeyer in the backfield.
2nd and 2 from the 48.
Along with Kirsch, standing to his left, and now they'll go with a tight set. And it's a high snap. It's over Kirsch's head. He has to dive on it. Looked like they were going to maybe do a jet sweep or
Jacob Kirsch
a fake and maybe a pass out to the left, but we'll never know because the ball went over Kirsch's head, and he falls on it for a big loss. 3rd and 9 now after a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and that's just a tough play for any quarterback to really do much with. The high snap, he had to leap, and Kirsch is already a big-bodied quarterback. Very, very difficult for him to get anything other than just falling on the football and making sure there's no turnovers.
3rd and 9 for the 45.
3 wide here again. Lensmeyer in the backfield to his right. There's the snap. Kirsch pass, rolls out to his left, throws on the run a little high, tipped up in the air and picked off by Cathedral Crusaders' Evan Wallen, and he's down the far sideline, and the Cathedral Crusaders will have good field position after the turnover. Evan Wallen picks it off and runs it back to the 32-yard line of Holy Family. What a play for the Cathedral defense.
Yeah, what a play indeed. And how about giving some credit up front to that Crusaders defensive line? They got a ton of push early on the interior defensive line, forced Kirsch to move to his left. Anytime you have a right-handed quarterback falling off, he couldn't square his shoulders. It was going to be a difficult pass no matter what over the middle.
And capture the momentum early on is what coaches are looking for, and the Cathedral Crusaders have done that. Now they just got to finish it off with a 32-yard drive here. Jack Pelzel will have an eye backfield, a wide receiver to the left. And he's going to pitch it to Rott. Right side, he has to cut it up. He's hit early, falls forward for a minimal gain of maybe a yard. Second and around 9 coming up. Nice job on pursuit by the Holy Family defense.
Yeah, good contain on the outside edge as well. They shut down Rott's look to the outside. Anytime that you have a sweep like that, you want to make sure that you have a lane to go inside with the offensive line blocking. There was none for Rott to find.
Pelzel looking to the sideline for the play. He's got one of them wristbands on as well where you can flip it up and look at all the plays.
Second and 10 for the 32.
So they'll go with 3 wide this time. 2 to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Ball on the right hash. There's the snap. Pelzel rolls out right. Pump fakes, hit, and is going to be driven out of bounds on the far sideline. A sack back at the 43-yard line. A loss of about 11 will bring up third and around 20 and a half.
Yeah, Leo Hurdle in there early. 2 big defenders right in on the front side of Pelzel. Nothing for him to really do on that play.
So we're at 9:20 to play here.
For the 43.
So thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards. So Pelzel in the gun, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. There's the snap. He's standing near midfield. Has to step up into the pocket, avoid some sacks. Breaks out of 1 tackle, spun around on another, inside the 40 down to the 38. Gain of about 5, but it'll be 4th and long coming up here.
Yeah, Pelzel did a good job of navigating the pocket there, Barry. He didn't have a ton in front of him. There was some good coverage there by the linebackers at the second level, but very nice job of gaining some positive yardage for Pelzel.
Heads up. Senior play for sure.
4th and 16 for the 38.
So 4 wide again. There's line up in 4 wide, 2 to either side. Rott is going to be the back, joining Pelzel in the backfield. Standing on his own 42, or on the Holy Family 42, waiting for the snap. Drops back, good protection. Flushed out a little to his left, sets up, nothing there, avoids a sack. Gets out of a jersey tackle, now finally taken down. Carver Casper comes in from the linebacker spot and gets the sack. Loss of a couple, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Is that one of those situations where you tell your quarterback if you're in trouble, you can just heave it up on 4th and long like that?
Yeah, I think Pelzel was being a little bit careful with the football there. Didn't lose a ton of yardage on the sack, but how about Carver Casper making sure that he had his eyes on the quarterback that whole time? As soon as he scrambled, he kept a good angle. He didn't allow Pelzel to tuck and run. He ended up wrapping him up for the sack.
So Holy Family does a good job on defense after Cathedral has the turnover and swung the momentum quickly in their favor. Their defense holds. It's a direct snap to the wing back going around the left edge, and that is going to be number 1, Foudry. He is driven out of bounds on the far sideline. Did gain a couple of yards. Play was strung out for about 60 seconds, but he ended up gaining 4 yards somehow. 2nd and 6 on the way.
Foudry certainly is the guy who you're going to hear his name called quite a bit tonight for Holy Family. He does a good job of really being everywhere, all-purpose, kick returner, punt returner, takes some handoffs, and he runs some routes.
Even on that play that got strung out, it looked like he was going to be stopped for a loss. He showed some elusiveness with some speed.
2nd and 6 for the 47.
I imagine we're going to be calling his name a lot this afternoon. Foudry in motion from right to left again. Hand off to Lensmeyer, left side. He's got some room across midfield. Breaks out a 1-arm tackle, gets to about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it out at the 44. A 9-yard gain. That'll move the chain. First down on a fresh set for Holy Family.
So far,
And
some
Cole
really nice
Sexton
big
on
chunk
the
runs
tackle.
for Holy Family. They have just 14 yards on the ground total, but you count in that loss of 7 on the weird snap. They've been doing a good job of gashing the Cathedral defense so far on the ground.
Inside 8 to play here. Want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out
First
at
and 10
mhappliance.com.
from the 44.
They go with the 3 wide receiver set to the right side now. There's the snap to Kirsch. He's going to run left behind a block from Lensmeyer. Breaks a tackle across the 40.
Jacob
Struggles
Kirsch
to
on the
about
carry.
the 37-yard line. It'll be a
Tackled
gain of
by
around
Ashton
7.
Wells
So 2nd and 3
and
coming
Luke
up.
Chandro.
Kirsch is a tough quarterback to take down. 6'4", 200+ pounds. He likes to run with the football. They'll use that read option quite a bit. Holy Family will. He's tough to tackle, and when you've got a big-bodied quarterback, he can keep those legs churning for extra yards.
And he ran behind Lensmeyer, who you wouldn't think would be a bulldozer at 5'10", 165, but he cleared a decent lane for him. Sometimes those short guys are have some surprising
37.
power.
Sometimes those tailbacks will block a little bit, too.
Absolutely. They get a little run at it, too. Kirsch in the gun. Going to hand off to Lensmeyer, left side, looking for some room, cuts it up, hit, taken down across the 35
Jacob Lensmeyer on the
to
carry.
the 34, a gain of about 3.
Tackled by Logan Simmons.
Looks like
and
he
Cole
got just
Sexton.
enough for the first down. They'll move the sticks. Another fresh set for Holy Family. They've got this drive rolling.
Yeah, and for Holy Family this season, they are scoring right around 14 points per game. Not a ton. The turnovers are so critical for them. 9 picks now this season for Kirsch. They can take care of the football. They really, really need to do that against a good Cathedral defense.
First and 10 from the 34.
So Kirsch back in the gun. Lensmeyer to his left, 2 wing backs. And he hands off to Lensmeyer right. He's hit early, almost spun away from it. The first defender there for the Cathedral Crusaders was Andrew Rott. And then there was 3 or 4
TJ Pegas on the carry.
Crusaders
Tackled
defenders
by
that helped him
Andrew
out.
Rott. And Roman
Yeah,
Ball.
Rott was in there quick, shot the gap, got wrapped up, and allowed his fellow tacklers to get in there on the play.
So we've got 5:45 and counting to go here in this first quarter. Holy Family now a 2nd and 12 after that good defensive push up front by Cathedral. I want to say thanks to American Doorworks. Check out their online showroom
2nd
at
and 12 from the
AmericanDoorworks.com. Also our scoreboard sponsor. We appreciate them for that. Lensmeyer has it, left side, taken down by a foot. There to take him down was number 21,
JD Pegas on the carry.
Logan Windfeld.
Tackled by Logan
Got
Winfield.
just enough of his right foot and throw him off balance.
Back-to-back tackles for loss for this Cathedral run defense. I think they're stepping up a little bit. They were gashed on a few plays early. They're doing a better job of understanding that read option, staying home, and following their guys.
All right, inside 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Scoreless on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Holy Family, a 3rd and 13 coming up here. 3 wide, 2 to the near side, which is the wide side for Kirsch. There's the snap, straight back. He's going screen left side. He's got his man, cuts it up across the 30 and stopped at the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 8, but well short of a first down. A 4th and 9 coming up. Was that Lensmeyer who caught it?
And Luke Chandro on the tackle.
That was DJ Pegas on that catch on that short gain on the reception. That was a good job of Cathedral's defense. There wasn't a ton of blocking down the field on that screen. It was more of a try and surprise you with some movement there on the route running. Good job of staying home.
So 4th and 6.
4th and 6 from the 30.
As we're at 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kirsch looking to the sideline for the play. Moves the running back to his left side. And we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout, Holy
On the
Family.
field, Holy Family will take it with them. Timeout's always brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. You're listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. We have got 3 minutes and 51 seconds to play in this first quarter. 4th and 6 coming up for Holy Family. Scoreless on the American Doorworks scoreboard. On a Saturday afternoon, Halloween. Happy Halloween from the KNSI Sports Network. Also want to say thanks to Bitstream TV. BitstreamTV.live. You can watch the stream of this game as we call it for you. Kirsch in the gun. Back to pass, looks to his right, throws it out, and picked off again. This time for Cathedral, it's John Hawkins, and he's up the near sideline. He's going to stiff arm the quarterback, and that is not Hawkins, excuse me, that is Andrew Rott again.
Jacob Kirsch's pass is intercepted
and it's
by
another
Andrew Rott.
Swing
Jacob
of the
Kirsch
pendulum
tackle.
For Cathedral. Get the momentum in their favor, an interception. This time the interception returned down to the 13-yard line of Holy Family. What a big play again for the Cathedral defense.
Yeah, it was a huge play, and it could have very nearly been a bigger play for Holy Family, Barry. It was the right route to throw to. He had the receiver open, just threw it to the wrong shoulder. Rott with the good vision, stepping in front of the pass and cutting it off there on the flat.
Absolutely. I think the intended receiver was Carver Casper. When Rott steps in front of it and takes it to the other end, they're putting it on the 15. So that is where the Cathedral Crusaders will have 1st and 10. They swing the pendulum of momentum back in their favor once more. Pitch to Rott. He's reading his blocks and maybe a little too patient. Gets hit for a loss of a yard on
Andrew
the play.
Rott on the carry.
He's waiting for it to develop. It kind of never did. And somebody shot
Tackled
through
by
and
Joseph Richardson.
made a nice tackle.
Yeah, Joseph Richardson there, the defensive back for Holy Family, did a really nice job of finding his open gap and shooting it quick to bring down Rott.
3:15 and counting to go in this first quarter. Cathedral looking to break the scoreless tie here on the American Doorworks scoreboard.
2nd and 11 for the 16.
That big sack on their first possession, Barry, was a real drive killer. They're in the red zone now. Let's see if they can do a little bit better in pass pro.
Elzel fakes the handoff, rolling out to his left, looking for some blocks, won't get them. Several players there to make the tackle for the Holy Family Fire. And the first person there was number 87, Nicholas Charpentier.
Tackled by Carver Casper.
Carver Casper also was there.
Looks like there's a penalty on the backside of that play as well.
I thought I saw something flying through the air, and then I lost the flag. Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
There's a penalty flag down.
We'll wait for the call here. Be a hold
against
on the referee. Apparently there's no mic on the referee today, or it's not working. One of the two. But it's a holding call. They'll move him back. And again, could be a drive killer. It gives you a 2nd and very long. Give yourself great field position with the turnover and then hurt yourself with penalties.
Yeah, it hurts. That's unless Cathedral can find a way to get some points up on the board here. That would be back-to-back possessions to open up this game where they created a turnover, got great field position, and weren't able to do anything with it. I'm sure the coaching staff here doing their best to drop a good play to get a little bit of that yardage back.
I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. Jack Pelzel in the gun. He's going to pass. He goes out, left side, bounces off his receiver high into the air, and nearly intercepted.
Pelzel's pass was intended for
Carver
Logan
Casper was there. Logan Winfeld was the intended receiver and went right off his shoulder up into the air. Luckily, Carver Casper wasn't close enough to get underneath it. He dove and just about made a great catch. But incomplete, 3rd and long for the Cathedral Crusaders.
There's quite a bit of time given to Pelzel by his offensive line, but nothing was really coming open. That could have been a good route to throw to. It just was well covered.
This is a Cathedral Crusaders team that has struggled to score. They're 1-2 on the year. They
3rd and 23 from the 28.
Having scored just 20 points on the season in 3 games. So we'll see if they can punch it in here. Pelzel goes deep down the far sideline, and it's going to be out in front of everybody. Just a little too much on that one. And looks like I'm trying
Special pass was intended for Caleb Lights.
There we go. Caleb Lights was the intended receiver. Can't get it to him. Too far out in front of him. 4th and long.
Yeah, they like going to Lights. He's the leading receiver on this Crusaders side. It was a tough back shoulder pass. Lights had a lot of ground to cover to get to that spot. It did come open on the back end, but Pelzel wasn't able to make a tight enough throw.
A tough timing lob pass down the sideline. Wait a half a beat more, he may have been able to run under that.
Yeah, the safety looked off pretty well, too, on that side.
4th and 23.
2:19 to go. 4th and 23 for the Cathedral Crusaders on the 28 of Holy Family. Pelzel back to pass. Goes deep down the far side again, this time over the outstretched arm of number 3, John Hawkins.
Pass was intended for John Hawkins.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs once again. The Holy Family defense has answered the call a couple of times here early today, Thomas.
Yeah, they've been very active up front. They've made it life difficult for Pelzel to get a good pass off. There at the end of this last drive, there was some good pass protection plays that Cathedral was able to put together. But all in all, those early penalties, that holding call really killed that drive.
So the Holy Family offense back out there.
Pretty
good drive going before the interception last drive. We've got 3 wide to the near side for Kirsch. And he's going to fake the handoff and run behind Lensmeyer, looking for some room around the left edge. He'll be spun out of bounds on the far sideline. We'll see where they spot it. He's going to pick up a couple of yards, 2 or 3. Going to be second and about 7 coming up.
And again, Cathedral, they're doing a good job of setting the outside edge. You want to see those rushes kept to about 2-3 yards. When the quarterback is running with a running back in front of him, you're generally going to get some positive yardage. You got to keep it to a minimum as much as possible if you're the defensive front.
I want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckay'sdodge.com. So we're coming up on a minute and a half to play here in this first half. Kirsch in the gun. Sends a man in motion to the right, fakes the handoff, and running it again around the left edge. Cuts it up, hit and taken down at about the 35-yard line. A gain of about 4 would bring up 3rd and 3.
Logan Simmons and Luke Shandro.
Looks like they're going to put it on the 34, so it'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, on that play, I think Cathedral had 11 men in the box. Holy Family was pulled in real tight with their formation. I have a feeling the Crusaders had some sort of idea that it was going to be some quarterback draw.
Saw something they recognized. And sending Foudry in motion didn't seem to shake that confidence, and pretty well founded. 3rd and 4 coming up here. So Kirsch back in the gun, 2 wide. Fakes the handoff. He's going to run right side this time. Same play the other way. He's got room. He's across the 40. He's going to have enough for the first down. He gets to the 41. And he gains about 7 on the play. Plenty for the first down. That'll move the sticks. I want to say thanks to Stay Fit, located in St. Cloud and Sartell. Find out more at stayfitnow.com.
Yeah, we won't know what that play was originally designed to be, but Cathedral showed the blitz early up the A-gap, and Kirsch kicked it outside very quickly.
So I want to say thanks to Central Minnesota Credit Union. They bring us our kickoffs. Central Minnesota Credit Union, see what they can do for you at mycmcu.org. So that might be the end of the first quarter. We'll see if they are going to try to get a playoff. It looks like they're acting like they might, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. We're 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be the end of the quarter as they're unable to get a playoff. So we'll switch ends, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Holy Family when we come back to start the second quarter. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Quick scoreboard.
Thank you very much, Gabe. That would be a wild upset, even though, I mean, not super surprising since Clemson doesn't have their star quarterback Trevor Lawrence today, but trailing Boston College, a lot of people keeping an eye on that score, Tom.
I'm sure, Barry. You know, when you have a quarterback down, it does set it sets the tone for the whole team. He may only play one position, but that quarterback is such an important leadership, and you know, this whole situation is so different from an injury where he isn't on the sideline. So you think about maybe what that has in terms of an impact on Clemson.
Try to put yourself in his head, sitting at home watching the game, going crazy. I should be out there. It's got to be really tough for sure. Holy Family now going right to left from our vantage point here in the Crow's Nest in the second quarter. Kirsch in the gun. He's going to pitch it to the man coming across, Carver Casper, from left to right, wingback spot. He's got some room down that far sideline around the right edge. He's going to be out around midfield. where he'll be taken out of bounds at the 49. That's going to be an 11-yard gain. That'll move the sticks for Holy Family on 1st and 10.
That was a lot of patience there for Casper. He showed there, getting into that outside edge. A lot of times when you're running those jet sweeps, it takes some time for the play to develop on the outside. You have to be patient before you cut it upfield. It's exactly what Casper did to get the first down.
We're just underway in the second quarter, and Holy Family, first play of the second quarter. Their opening sets the tone for the rest of this drive with an 11-yard gain. Kirsch back out with the play, and they'll break the huddle here.
For the 49.
They'll go with the 2 wing-back set again. Lensmeyer to his left. There's the snap. They're going to go jet sweep left this time, and it's going to be to Foudry. He picks his way to the 45, showing a little shiftiness. Picked up about 4 there. 2nd and 6 coming up. Nothing spectacular, but a good gain on first down.
Yeah, they're getting chunk plays, and that's given them some success here against Cathedral. There hasn't been a lot of negative yardage so far for Holy Family on that rushing side, and it's allowed them to sustain some drives.
I want to say thanks to Blacklight Adventures, laser tag, virtual reality, escape room, and more. Visit blacklightadventuresllc.com. Kirsch under center for the first time in the game. Pitches right to Lensmeyer, reading his blocks, cuts it up. Moves around a tackle, back inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line. Picks up 3. It's going to be third in about 3 coming up.
Yeah, and they've backed off of Kirsch running the football a little bit here. I think Cathedral has been keying in on the quarterback on these running plays. The Holy Family doing a good job of keeping them off balance there on the offensive play call.
I realize that if they're handing it off to one of the wing backs or the running back, they're having more success. So why go away from it? So a 3rd and 3. I keep wanting to give the Holy Family Fire an extra down for some reason. 3rd and 3 coming up. Ball on the 42 of Cathedral. Kirsch back in the gun. He's going to go fake the jet sweep. Keeps it right side this time. Stopped for no gain. Maybe a little loss on the play. It'll bring up 4th and 3 or 4 coming up here, depending on where they spot it. Looks like they are going to give him a loss. 4th and 4 coming up.
Yeah, I don't think he made the right read there on the read option. The man was setting the edge on that outside edge, and a great tackle there on the outside to bring down the big body of Kirsch.
So big play here. Cathedral defense looking to hold as we're in a pitcher's duel here.
4th and 4 from the 43.
As we approach 9 minutes to play in the first half. Scoreless on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Kirsch fakes the handoff to Lensmeyer, runs up the middle, has plenty of room, gets hit, falls forward for an extra 2 or 3 yards to the 34, a gain of 9 on 4th and 4, and a big play for the Holy Family offense.
Yeah, boy, Kirsch with 29 yards so far here on 8 carries. He's done a really nice job of getting out ahead, figuring out his blocking, reading it well. That time he read the read option correctly, saw the outside being set, cut it inside for the positive yardage.
Isaiah Pesch on the tackle for St. Cloud Cathedral.
1st and 10 for the 34.
Coming up on 8.5 to play here in this first half. Still looking for our first score. Jake Kirsch in the gun. 1st and 10, ball on the 34 of the Crusaders. There's the snap. He hands off to Lensmeyer this time. He's looking for the left edge. Coming up and making a great play off of the right edge for the Cathedral Crusaders is Caleb Leitz. He's shot out of a cannon.
Oh, yeah. How about that setting the edge there for Cathedral? They saw their gaps. They stayed disciplined. They stayed on the outside. There was nothing doing there, and a huge loss of 5. Make it 6, actually, on that loss.
Comes up from that linebacker spot and makes a heck of a tackle. So we're inside 8 minutes to play here now. Want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards. 2nd and 16 for the Fire. Handing off to Lensmeyer, right side, hit early, spinning, churning. Gets an extra yard after initial contact to the 38, gain of 2.
Logan Winfeld with some great pursuit there on the back end of that play. Coming around on the back end, waiting for Lensmeyer to try and make that cut inside. Winfeld was all over him.
Cathedral defense has stiffened here. 3rd and 14 upcoming for the Fire.
3rd and 14 for the 38.
2 wing back set. Lensmeyer to the right of Kirsch as he's in the gun. Low snap, he handles it, steps up into the pocket, avoids a sack, and throws it to the far sideline, out of bounds. Too far out for anybody to make a play on it. The intended receiver was for Tian Foudry.
Some great pass rush on that play by St. Cloud Cathedral. They were in the face of Kirsch early. They forced him to reset from what he was going through his progressions there. Nothing he could really do other than throw that ball away.
Made him a little uncomfortable and enough to make him throw that ball a little earlier or not where he wanted to and just kind of heaved it out of bounds. So we'll have a 4th and 14 coming up here with 6:55 to play in this first half. M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mndappliance.com.
4th and 14 for the 38.
Foudry's going to be wide to the right. And I was going to say, that seemed like they were taking a long time. They finally broke the huddle and got in their set, but they had to take a timeout because the play clock was, they didn't take a timeout. They got the delay of game call. Sorry, I thought they got the timeout in time.
Yeah, it did take Holy Family quite some time to get there, and this is an even more difficult 4th down for them to manage. You don't really punt, I guess, in this situation. Not a lot of teams do. I don't know if they will.
4th and 19 from the 43.
Doesn't look like it unless they're going to do a pooch punt situation. We got 2 wide right. They are going to do pooch punt.
Yeah, Kirsch does punt quite a bit.
Bounces at about the 11, stops pretty dead. Now bounces forward again. It's going to be down to the 1. A 42 net yard punt. Down to the 1. Tian Foudry there to down it. And the Cathedral Crusaders are going to be pinned back deep into their own territory.
Yeah, it's the first drive that Holy Family has put together that hasn't ended in a turnover. But, man, what a punt by Kirsch. It's a scoreless game right here. You set up your opponents in really, really difficult field position. Let's see if Cathedral can't put anything together. This is the first time that they have started anywhere other than inside the Holy Family 40.
American Door Works. Check out their online showroom at americandoorworks.com. So we'll see what the Cathedral Crusaders come up with here.
1st and 10 for the 1.
Pretty nice day for football. It's easy for us to say inside the booth here, but 50 degrees. The wind chill at 32. Handoff left side. And they pick up a couple of tough yards. Not sure who got the ball. Was
Rott on the carry.
Andrew Rott picks up a couple.
Tackled by Nicholas Sharp.
Got out to about the 4, so he got 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, some really difficult field position here for Cathedral, and they've had some issues getting long chunk plays on the ground. We'll see. This is an important spot to maybe get that run game going. Get yourself out of backs to the walls type of situation.
2nd and 7 from the 4.
Rott will be the back next to Pelzel in the backfield. He's got 4 wide. 2 to either side. No, you get a jump off. Nice job by the Cathedral offense. And they get a jump. And the defensive lineman for Holy Family, trying to pick up his number.
Offsides against Holy Family.
Might have been number 49 up front, jumping quickly.
Jack Stratman. He was upset with himself for jumping across.
2nd and 2 from the 9.
So it'll be 2nd and 2. That gives him a little easier goal to get. And Rott's got room, plenty of room. He's out in the open. It's going to be a foot race. He's across midfield, down the center of the field. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. That is a 91-yard touchdown score for Andrew Rott and the Cathedral Crusaders. They're on the board, 6-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard.
Yeah, the C parted there in the middle of the field for Andrew Rott. He slipped 1 tackle at the 2nd level. After that, he was gone.
That will capture some momentum for you. Andrew Rott, 6 foot, 185 listed anyway, probably a little bigger than that. Showed some speed in the open field as well.
Absolutely. It couldn't get, he didn't allow any Holy Family defenders to show off their closing speed against him. He was gone as soon as he passed midfield.
Anything more beautiful than a long touchdown run? Just a handoff and a long touchdown run, the way it works out, the blocking, the reading, and getting out in the open, the running back breaking field. I love that.
Credit the offensive line up early for Cathedral, too, opening up that middle of the field, giving Rott just a couple of one-on-one matchups to win.
It's the way those develop, the way they break out into the open. Always been a fan of that.
Poetry in motion.
Absolutely. We'll see what the Cathedral Crusaders do here. They're going to go for 2. And they'll have Andrew Rott in the backfield again, next to Pelzel. 2 wide to his left. Here's the snap. And fakes the handoff. He's going to have to avoid a tackler in the backfield. Throws it into the end zone, and it is caught. 2 points. Good.
Jack Pelzel's pass is caught by Max Henke for the 2-point conversion, making our score Cathedral 8.
That's a tough catch. That's
Max
a tough
Henke
catch.
was the catch in the end zone, so it is 8-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. 5:41 to play in the first half. Cathedral takes the lead. We'll be back with a kickoff next. You're listening to High School Football on the KNSI Sports Network. So it is 8-0. The drought has been broken. 8-zip on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Cathedral scores 91-yard run from Andrew Rott. And they're about to kick it back. The ball falling off of the tee. We'll re-tee it up here. Joshua Minkinen kicks it off high. Short kick taken at the 23 by one of the upbacks across the 30 and taken out of bounds finally on the far sideline at about the 34-yard line. That was Pegas, DJ Pegas with the return. Decent field position for the Fire to start this drive.
And Holy Family, you just saw a big play put up against you, that 91-yard touchdown run by Andrew Rott. Put together another nice possession here. You don't need to answer right back from an explosive play here in the second quarter. If you're Holy Family, you gotta make sure that you avoid that turnover. Get down the field, keep working with Kirsch, keep letting that rush offense do what it's been doing today.
One of those aspects of football that transfers over into life. How do you respond to adversity, kind of a thing? That's certainly a show of character if you can respond well in these situations, and they'll try to do that here. Fake the handoff. Keeping it is Kirsch running right, spinning off a tackle across the 40 to the 41. A gain of 6. We'll bring up 2nd and 4. Nice little pickup on first down. Again, not flashy, but get you rolling a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting the job done. Kirsch has done a good job of picking up some chunk plays today. He has 5 or 6 runs of 5 or more yards.
They seem to get it going, and then they'll sputter and hit a snag along their drive at some point.
The 2 big interceptions were very critical early going in the first quarter.
I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, the home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee.
2nd and 4 for the 41.
Kirsch in the gun, 2nd and 4. Carver Scott in motion, handoff right side to Pegas. He's got room, he's got the first down across the 45, cuts it back across midfield, breaks another tackle, finally taken down at the 45-yard line. And the 2 defenders there, Maxwell Henke and Isaiah Pesch for the Cathedral Crusaders, but not until he had the first down.
Yeah, Pegas is a very small running back. He's a freshman, 5'8", 180-pound freshman at that at 5'8". That was some good shiftiness. I think there were a couple of times that both you and I thought he was down, just kept moving.
Scat back, I think, fits him. 14 yards on that gain. 4:20 and counting to go here in the first half. Kirsch in the gun. He's going to do the jet sweep, and he's going to give it to Foudry. Foudry trying to find some room. May have gotten a yard. Nice job by the Cathedral defense on that red edge to bottle him up.
Yeah, how about Cathedral so far doing a good job of defending Foudry? He hasn't had many big plays yet today. They've been keeping it away from him on kickoffs, and in the receiving game, he's yet to have his name called.
He's their playmaker. Certainly they want to have the ball in his hands often. Nice job by Cathedral, not letting him get out into the open field there. 2nd and 9 coming up. Want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. And picking up here a little bit at Tech High School, Tiger Stadium. Hand off to Pegas. He sure if he wasn't comfortable with the way the defense looked, he just never looked like he's put the jets on. He just kind of strided into a tackle. Well, 3rd and 9 coming up, not much doing on the run.
Yeah, and how about Shangro there on the outside, setting the edge well? I think that's been a buzzword today, getting that edge set, forcing Holy Family to kick it inside. When they've kept the outside covered, there hasn't really been much for the running backs to go to, which is a pretty common occurrence in the read option.
Inside 3 to play now. Kirsch in the gun, back to pass. Steps up, going to be sacked. First man there was number 66, Cole Sexton. Just added to the roster this week as far as we know.
Yeah, and for those of you watching live, Cole Sexton really didn't have much blocking out in front of him. He shucked his defender very quickly. You can see him. He had a one-on-one matchup with the running back, threw him away. Boom, down goes Kirsch.
So it's a 4th and 15 coming up here. We'll have a timeout on the field taken by Cathedral with 2:24 to play. As always, timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. We'll be back with 4th and 15 next. You're listening to and watching high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. .24 to play here in the first half. Holy Family trailing 8-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. They've got a 4th and 15 coming up here. See if they actually are going to go for it or if they'll just pooch punt it again, as the quarterback Kirsch is the punter.
He is lined up very deeply here, so I'm sure unless he sees something else, he's just going to let that ball go.
This looks much like the previous pooch punt. It's going to be a low end-over-end kick bouncing across the 25. We'll see where they spot it on that near sideline here. They're going to put it right on the 25. So net 25-yard punt.
Cathedral's coach there on the sideline had to keep his head on a swivel. That ball might have caught him in the ankle if he wasn't paying attention.
That was a nice catch off the bounce. So
somebody's been doing their ground ball drills, I suppose.
1st and 10 from the baseball guy, of course. 1st and 10, 2:20 to go in this first half. Want to say thanks to Stay Fit, located in St. Cloud and Sartell. Find out more at stayfitnow.com. So Pelzel and the offensive gang out there. 4 wide. Hands off to Rott. He's hit early, spun down at the 25, no gain. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Nice job by the defensive front of the Holy Family Fire.
Yeah, and here you're right at the 2-minute spot of the second quarter here. Cathedral is going to have to push the ball down the field quite a bit to put themselves in range for points.
Pelzel with the snap to pass. And may have gotten tipped, or maybe just right around the arm of a defender. He got it to his receiver somehow, Caleb Leintz, at the 30. Or at the, where are they putting it? They're putting it at the 28, excuse me. Gain of 3, 3rd and 7 on the way. Oh, how he got that pass off.
Yeah, how about that nice catch on a dive by Leintz, too?
Absolutely, good concentration. Passing, looking left this time is Pelzel. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it. Has his man at the 35. Takes a hard hit at the 36. We're going to get a flag probably for targeting. Would have been the first down anyway, but this will add onto it and give the Cathedral Crusaders good field position as they're putting together a drive near the end of the half.
Yeah, Max Hankey came out of nowhere to be able to bring in that that pass. A good job of keeping his eyes down the field there for Pelzel. A lot of times those passes are dangerous, but there's no real defenders in the vicinity of that play.
He took a shot from number 3.
Jacob Lensmeyer,
the running back on offense. Yeah, defensive back on defense. They're calling it targeting, so that'll add 15 on. I don't know. Let's see if they. Doesn't look like they're telling him he's.
1st and 10 for the 50.
He's still out on the field, I believe. I don't think they kick him out for that. Pelzel in the gun. The ball out to midfield. Now we're going to get a flag before the snap. That's going to be on the offense this time, so they'll lose 5 yards of
Ball start
that
against the Crusaders.
penalty.
15 steps forward, 5 steps back, right?
There it is. That's the saying, right? The one we all know.
Something close to it anyway.
1:03 to play. Want to say thanks to Central Minnesota Credit Union. See what they can do for you at mycmcu.org. Snap to Pelzel, looks out, and it's dangerous pass. Nice job by the offensive player, Max Henke, not giving up an interception. Nearly taking it away was number 11, Carver Casper.
Yeah, Max Henke doing a good job of converting himself into a cornerback for that pass, doing what he could to break it up. A little bit high, and
that was actually number 13, Jacob Kirsch. There's 2 13s on.
Second and 15.
I think that's probably Kirsch, the quarterback on offense. That is him. Now there's a snap from Pelzel. He hands off right side. He's got room this time. Does Wallen? That's again Andrew Roddy's down the near sideline inside the 15
Tackled by Jacob
to about the 13-yard line, maybe the 12. 42-yard gain.
First and 10 for the 13.
That'll work, man.
Rott has gotten a couple of big chunk plays for Cathedral. Now we're getting down near 30 seconds to play in this first half. Cathedral will take a timeout and talk it over what they want to do in this last 34 seconds. I want to say thanks to Blacklight Adventures, laser tag, virtual reality, escape room, and more. Visit blacklightadventuresllc.com. And we'll take a quick break with them. Timeout's always brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. First and 10 on the 13 for Cathedral with 34 seconds to go in the first half. They already lead 8-0. We'll be back with more. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Troy,
Yeah.
you gotta stand. Stand Cathedral. I'm on
You're on who?
Holy Family. I'm always on Holy Family.
You are?
Yep.
I didn't get that memo. That's enough.
34 seconds to play. Cathedral threatening again. First and 10 on their 13. They lead 8-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Pelzel in the gun. He's going to run right behind Rott up the gut. He's got room across the 5 into the end zone for, looks like he's going to be stopped just shy. We've also got a flag flying in from behind the play, which is going to go against the offense and bring it back anyway. Oh, he was dangerously close to getting across the goal line, stopped just short, but it wouldn't have counted either way. They're bringing it back.
Yeah, Cathedral has found a lot of room there on the interior of the field, right inside that box. They've done a good job of getting a lot of their gash plays off that. You saw it with Rott, both of his long runs. That one there from Pelzel. Of course, the costly penalty, though, negates it.
So they're moving it back now to the 22-yard line.
First and 19 for the
Still a
22.
second and goal from inside the 1. It's first and 19 from the 22. 27.6 to play. Pass right side. He's got his man inside the 10. He's tackled across the 10. And caught by Caleb Leitz. And the clock's still ticking. As Cathedral
Caught by John
doesn't
Hawkins.
have any timeouts left.
Second and 6 from the 9.
We'll have to get up quick. And run it to the right, looking for some room. He's going to try to get out of bounds. As he does the quarterback, Pelzel. That'll stop the clock with 2.7 to go. Third down coming up. And the ball is going to be on the 8-yard line. They'll have one play to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, you got to design some sort of good route combination here. If you're going to go through the air, get something to create some openings.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
Or let Minkinen do what he does.
Minkinen's going to come in and kick it.
Timeout.
A 5'9", 155-pound senior, and Cathedral's going to take a timeout. I didn't think they had any left. Are we sure that was Cathedral that took it, or is it Holy Family to ice him? Not sure. But we've got a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. We've got 3 seconds to play. 8-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. And the Cathedral Crusaders looks like they're going to try a field goal before halftime. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. So I didn't see, did we get a call from the referee on who called the timeout there?
It looked like it was Cathedral.
Okay.
I thought I saw the signal in that direction.
Let's see the timeouts up on the board. They usually have them up there. Thought they were out. Maybe they just didn't use that setting today.
They may just be discussing, too, whether or not they do want to go with the field goal with Macon. And he can kick.
Looks like they're going to stick with it.
To attempt a 26-yard field goal.
So out there to hold is number 19, Trevor Fleeg. So it'll be about a 25-yard field goal, 26-yard field goal. Snap is good, hold is good. The kick is true. 11-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. That'll take us to halftime. 11-zip Cathedral. And time for the Stay Fit halftime show. We'll send it back to the KNSI Sports Studio with Gabe Anderson back there. We'll bring it back out here in a bit for Thomas to do some unofficial first half stats. But we'll send it back to the KNSI Sports Studio with Gabe Anderson first next. You're listening to and watching high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Mask up, Minnesota! Mask up, Minnesota!
At this time, we would like to direct your attention to the video board as the Cathedral senior players pay tribute to their parents.
You got that?
My guess.
He didn't have it. Forgive him. No problem.
Introduce Monte. My parents are Louis Madrid and David Hernandez, and I'd like to thank them for always supporting me.
My name is Blake Geller, number 25, and my parents are Corey and Julie, and I would like to thank them throughout my high school and football team.
Alright, I'm Andrew Hayward, number 76. My parents are Jim and Corey Hayward, and I want to thank you for being here for me. I'm Matt Sankey, number 2. I'd like to thank my mom, Heidi, my dad, Tom, and my stepdad, Rick, for all their continuous love and support. I'm Gerald Wines, number 10. I'd like to thank my parents, John and Laura, for their support through my football career. I want to thank them for all the constant support and motivation.
Hi, I'm Jack Collinsville, number 6. My parents are Jamie and Joey, and I'd like to thank them for supporting me through my football career.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Pesh, number 11. My parents are Mary and Tom, and I'd like to thank you for the endless support, especially throughout this last year.
My name is Carter Rothstein, number 88. My parents are Julie and Melissa, and I just want to thank them for coming to all my games.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rod, number 9, and my parents are Steve and Joanne, and I'd like to thank them for always supporting me and pushing me to be the best person I can be.
My name is Cole Sexton, number 66. My parents are Joe and Kathy Sexton. I'd like to thank them for supporting me and the sport that I play in my life. My name is Luke Shandro, I'm 15. My parents are Dave and Jojo. I'd like to thank them for the support. I'm number 13, Logan Simmons. My parents are Pat and Corey. I'd like to thank them for their continued support for me throughout all my sports. I'm Roman Voss, number 68. My parents are John and Sarah. I'd like to thank them for the constant love and always coming to all my games.
Corey Winslow, number 21. I want to thank my mom, Crystal, my dad, and Mike for being at every game and support.
Ashton Zelinsky, number 78. My parents are Kevin and Lene, and I just want to thank my parents for always supporting me.
Good afternoon, Crusader football families. This is head coach Jason Kleinfelter, and I want to take the opportunity to thank all of our parents on behalf of our coaching staff and all of our players for Parents Appreciation. Thank you for all the support that you've given us, particularly for this class of 2021 seniors. Thank you, and go Crusaders.
The senior class would like to honor their teammate and friend, Patrick McMullen, who lost his courageous battle to cancer in 2017. Patrick continues to touch our lives, and his spirit lives on through his teammates and everyone who knew him. We also want to recognize Patrick's parents, Mike and Lisa, who are in attendance today, and thank them for their continued support. Today, we play for Patrick, who will remain in our hearts forever, and also keep all those that have fought the cancer battle and still continue to fight in our thoughts and prayers.
And Thomas Breach, guys.
All right, thank you, Gabe. 11-0, the score at halftime on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Let's take a look at first half stats, unofficial stats, with Thomas Breach.
Yeah, unofficially, of course, Barry, it's been a low-scoring game and also a very low-yardage game. Both defenses have been playing very well throughout. Cathedral today leads the yardage battle 168-86, nearly doubling up on Holy Family. A huge chunk of those yards, 142 on the ground, 135 of those on Andrew Rott's 6 carries. 1 touchdown with those 135 yards for Rott. Of course, a lot of those yardage coming on his runs of 42 and 91. On the Holy Family side, just 7 yards through the air, 79 on the ground for 86 total. Jake Kirsch with 9 attempts for 35 yards. Man, I tell you what, Barry, the first quarter of this football game, those 2 big turnovers that our Holy Family had, they just couldn't recover from them.
Yeah, it sort of sputtered out, and it sort of set the tone for their first half. They'd have good stretches where they look good on drives, and they just sort of find a way to shoot themselves in the foot at some point throughout. So look at your first half stats. We will take one more quick break, and we'll be back with the second half next. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate it. Moments away from getting the second half started. And if you're the Holy Family Fire, what do you got to do to get things going in your direction in the second half, Thomas?
Barry, I think it's pretty simple. You have to eliminate turnovers here in the second half. You have to limit them. Elimination of turnovers would be fantastic here. Their 2 best drives today both resulted in interceptions. I think on the Cathedral side, they really need to do a better job of putting together longer drives. They're ahead in this football game. Get a little bit more sustaining on offense, get a little bit more efficiency, let these drives play out longer, keep your defense off the field as much as possible.
Yeah, the plays that have led to both of their scores, long runs, one was a touchdown from Andrew Rott. You can't count on those, so I think you're exactly right. Sustained drives is probably the answer.
Of the 168 yards that they've gained total today unofficially, 42, 91 on 2 individual plays.
Yeah, you can't count on those, for sure. Nice to have them. 11-0 on the American Doorworks scoreboard, and the Holy Family, rather, just about to kick it back. Right to left to Cathedral once they get the ball to stay on the tee. Carver Scott to kick off.
A little bit gusty today. That'll blow the football off the tee, and it'll roll off the tee now.
It's like Andrew Rott and John Hawkins deep. Oh, wait, that's not Rott either. It looks like it's Isaiah Pesh, I think. I believe I've got the right angle on that number. Somebody holding now. Here comes the kick. High, short kick to the right. And grabbed at the 32. Across the 35 to the 37, about a 5-yard return on the kick. Decent field position after the kick.
On the return.
And that was trying to get a number there. His number is all knotted up. Trevor Fleach on the return.
Now, one of the upbacks taking it. Not really much you can do on a kickoff beyond about 30, 40 yards when you have somebody holding for you.
Yeah, and a rough wind and a bit cold. You know, it's 50 degrees, 32 wind chill, so it's not hot temps down on the field by any stretch of the imagination. Pelzel hands it off to Lenzmeyer. Picks away across the 30-yard line out to the 34. Nice gain on first down, 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, that was Rott getting the tote, and that was a really, really nice start to this drive. We talked about sustaining some efficiency here. It's a great start to it to open up the second half.
Andrew Rott got their name wrong there, but he carries again and gets another nice gain. He remains in the backfield, 4 wide for Pelzel. Looks to the sideline.
Rott's
if
up
they're
to
switching up the play or just calling it originally.
Rott's up to 142 on the ground now.
He's having a heck of an afternoon. He gets the tote again and right up the gut. Picks up a couple of tough yards. Is he going to be just short of the first down, or did they?
Holy Family thinks it came out.
They've got the ball, does Holy Family, and they think there was a turnover. It's Kirsch, I believe, who came out with the ball. And he got just enough for the first down as well, so call works twofold against the Holy Family Fire.
Yeah, it looked like they had him pulled down before that football came out. That's what the referees saw anyway.
They didn't fight too much about it, so that must have been the right call. Look to the sideline for the play once again. Does Pelzel. He's in the gun. 4 wide, 2 to either side. The wide side of the field is to the near side, his right. As the Crusaders go left to right here from our vantage point in the second half. There's the snap. He's going to run it right up the gut as Pelzel. He ducks behind his blockers, gets out to the 40, picks up a couple of yards, 2nd and 8 on the way.
And I think Cathedral's coaching staff saw something right at the end of that first half. They've gone they've gone much heavier into those interior runs. They've gone inside more than they had in the early goings of the first half, and it's resulted in a lot of positive gains.
Second start of the second half brought to you by Central Minnesota Credit Union. See what they can do for you at mycmcu.org. Pelzel gets the snap, looks to pass over the middle, goes to his man, dangerous pass, and falls incomplete. Could have gone a different way. John Hawkins, the intended receiver. There were several defensive backs in the vicinity for the Fire. And luckily for Pelzel and the Crusaders, it falls incomplete.
Yeah, he might have been trying to do a little bit too much there, zipping it into a tight window that he didn't necessarily need to go to triple coverage on that single seam route.
Pelzel back in the gun, 4 wide again. He's going to pass again. And just a awkward pass, came off his hand wrong. Again, intended for John Hawkins. Just short hopped it, incomplete. 4th and long coming up. Want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards.
And depending on how much Cathedral can get on this punt, Holy Family is possibly looking at some good field position here. It's a decent spot to punt from if you're Cathedral, but they haven't had to go to that punting team yet today.
The wind will be a little in their face as well.
It's actually picked up quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, it's that looking at the flag and behind the end zone over there. Yeah, I think you're right. Become a little easier to count the stripes on the flag as this game has moved along. Fowdry to receive, standing on his own 27. That's a high, very short kick. Gets just beyond the original line of scrimmage and bounces back inside the 40, and then finally touched by Caleb Leitz. And the Fire get a big break there. They'll have fantastic field position after a troublesome punt by the Cathedral Crusaders.
Yeah, that punt already was sent up at a really, really high angle, but boy, did the wind catch it. It looked like it was just kind of saucering up there for a bit at the highest peak of its trajectory.
Yeah, that was not what you want. 1st and 10 for Holy Family on the 37 of the Crusaders. Want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mhappliance.com. So Kirsch in the gun. Looked like they may have started a little early. No call. Pegas with the carry, right side. Pushes his way past a couple of would-be tacklers. Gets to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, they've gone to Pegas more and more as this game has gone on. Of course, just one big carry for him, a 16-yarder midway through the second quarter. It's going to be interesting to see how Holy Family continues to utilize their offense. They've liked to run a lot of read option today.
Coming up on 9 to play in this third quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Fire on the 35 of Cathedral. Kirsch is going to run it himself right side. Gets to the 31-yard line. A gain of another 4. 3rd and 4 on the way. Just followed his running back through the hole and got some decent yardage. They're going to put it on the 32, so it's a gain of 3, and 3rd and 5 coming up.
Kirsch has been fairly steady here today, running up the middle. We mentioned he was the leading rusher for Holy Family, accounting for the largest amount of their yardage here today.
3rd and 5 from the 32.
Just over 8.5 to play here. Want to say thanks to American Door Works. Check out their online showroom at AmericanDoorWorks.com. Again, Kirsch faking the handoff, following the running back right side. He's got some room and hit and struggling forward with several tacklers rather on him, and they may have fumbled it as Cathedral saying they've got the ball. The ball came out and Cathedral is on it. Another big turnover for the Cathedral defense after what looked like a promising drive again for Holy Fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that looks like that was number 1 of Cathedral, that being Evan Wallen, who came up with that football. He was tugging at the football the entire time. Kirsch kept his shoulders down. He kept moving forward. But man, oh man, what a heads-up play to keep his hands on the football for Wallen.
I was getting ready to brag up Kirsch after what would look like a strong run. He had several defenders with their arms around him. He was struggling forward, and while they was doing that, Wallen was stealing the ball away. So Pelzel in the offense back on the field, 4 wide as he's in the gun. And Rott to his left. There's the snap, looks right. He's going to go down the near sideline, heaves it, and a little dangerous against that wind again. It was intended for Maxwell Hankey. There on the coverage was number 3 for Holy Family, Jacob Lensmeyer.
That was Kirsch actually out in
I saw
coverage.
The 3 and the 1 was covered up somehow.
Yeah, Kirsch has a good 4 inches there on the receiver. Hankey on the outside, a very tough pass to make.
Hankey was put in a difficult position there, stuck behind the big-bodied Kirsch, trying to make sure he didn't intercept it. 2nd and 10. Hand it off. Rott cuts it up. Tried to struggle past one tackler, hit and taken down after a tough short gain of about a yard. 2nd or rather 3rd and 9 on the way.
Jack Stratman and Tyler Pettifor.
Say thanks to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. Under 8 minutes to play now in the third. Cathedral hanging on to an 11-0 lead on the American Door Works scoreboard.
39 for the 24.
Big 3rd and long play for Cathedral here. 4 wide, Rod in the backfield next to Pelzel. He's going to roll out to his right. Pelzel rolling right into defenders, though, and throws on the run. Tough pass. Hankey was there, but also Kirsch for the Fire. It'll be 4th and long after the incompletion with 7:33 to go here.
Yeah, the pass coverage has been really, really strong today in the flats for Holy Family. When they've been open, it's been to the seams. It's been to those deep routes on the outside edges. Pelzel hasn't been able to make those plays yet today. Credit the pass rush, though, there early. I think it was a designed rollout, it looked like to me, for Pelzel, but good job of staying home there by the defensive front.
I'll say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. Lights to punt it. And it's a low end-over-end kick this time. Better strategy, and it's taken at the 49. and run quickly up the far sideline for a decent game by Foudry. Or are they going to spot it here and see where he stepped out over there? They're going to put him on the 40-yard line. Looked worse, but still about an 11-yard return on the punt. And good field position again for the Fire. They're on the 40 of Cathedral.
First and 10 for the 40.
And again, we'll have to see if Holy Family can limit turnovers on this drive. Another good possession when they are in good field position. Some efficiency here would be very, very critical.
Kirsch in the gun. Sends Foudry in motion from right to left. Hands off to Lensmeyer. That's Pegas. Trying to find the left edge. Cannot do it as it's strung out. The ball comes out again. I believe he was down first, though. There to make the play, Lights, Caleb Lights, and Evan Wallen for the Cathedral Crusaders.
And a good job there by Cathedral's defense. They have played the running backs today in the read option extremely well. When they've been beaten in the read option, it's been in the middle of the field with Kirsch running. They've basically said, all right, we're going to make Kirsch beat us, not let the running backs beat us, and they've done a great job of that today.
That sets up a 2nd and 13 after the nice play by the Crusaders defense. Kirsch in the gun. Lensmeyer to his right. He's going to pass. Rolls out to his right. Throws. Has his man Foudry at the 40. He evades a tackler. Gets down to the 37-yard line. A gain of about 6. We'll bring up 3rd and 7. There's a quick pass out there, and Foudry did a nice job circling around a defender, picking up a couple more yards. They're going to put the ball on the...
Bustamante on the tackle.
Looks like they're going to put it on the 37.
That's the first time that Foudry's name has been called in the receiving game today. I'm sure Holy Family would like to get the ball to him a bit more today.
From the 37.
Kirsch will stand in the gun, await the snap. There's the snap. He's back to pass. Over the middle, has his man Foudry. Across the 30, cuts it up, takes a hit, and they're going to give him forward progress to about the 23-yard line, a gain of 14. They're going to put it on the 24, a gain of 13 on the play. Nice pitch and catch by quarterback and receiver there. Kirsch to Foudry.
Yeah, back-to-back completions there for Kirsch, both to his top receiver this season, T. Foudry.
Another good drive by Holy Family, and we'll see if the Fire can sustain it this time. They've had issues sustaining these drives. They've looked good at stretches throughout the game.
Yeah, and the turnover's been really, really bad for them today. 2 interceptions and a fumble. Let's see if they can't get inside the red zone.
Fake the handoff and run again is Kirsch as he bowls his way to the 22. Gain of a couple.
Jacob Kirsch on the carry.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that was a really nice job of the Cathedral defensive line that time. Luke Shangrau getting off his defender quick, shucking that defender and bringing down the quarterback. When you have that read option, especially on the interior quarterback runs, it's very important for the defensive linemen, for the linebackers, holding that interior part of the scrum at the offensive line to get off quickly so they can get a one-on-one and pull down the quarterback.
I want to say thanks to Stay Fit, located in St. Cloud and Sartell. Find out more at stayfitnow.com. Kirsch in the gun, 3 wide to his right. Hands it off to Lensmeyer. Right edge, cuts it up, hit. Gang tackled at the 24. He lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 10 as he loses the couple they got on first down.
Boy, you want to talk about setting the edge? How about sealing the edge that time? Cathedral had 3 guys cutting off that outside half. Really nothing that Lensmeyer could do on that rush.
Nowhere to go, just no alley to take. Nice job in pursuit by many of the Cathedral defenders there.
They've held him to 9 yards on 6 touches.
Coming up on 4 to play here in the 3rd. Kirsch with 3 wide and Lensmeyer to his right. Stands again in the gun. Snap, back to pass, going down the far sideline into the end zone. Dangerous pass, and I believe it was caught. Coming down with it is going to be the receiver, T. Foudry. Went up and caught it, brought it down just inside the pylon, landed in the orange paint. Touchdown, Holy Family. It's 11-6 on the American Doorworks scoreboard.
My goodness, what a dangerous pass, but somehow Foudry was able to get up and pull that in. At the last second, it was knocked loose by one of Cathedral's cornerbacks, Evan Wallen, but I don't think the referee thought that there was any loss of possession on Faldroy's way down. That looks like a touchdown.
Yeah, he had it and landed and was kind of stationary. Then the ball came out. I think you're right.
Fire will try for 2.
Well, we've got a 2-point conversion try upcoming here. Kirsch in the gun, sending Fowdery in motion from left to right. He's going to roll out to his right, looking for Fowdery, and he caught it just about the same place he caught the touchdown. This time he stays on his feet, and that cuts it to 3. We've got a ball game, 11-8 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. 3:47 to go in this third quarter. We'll be back with a kickoff next. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Also want to say thanks to Bitstream TV here covering the game via video for us. You can watch it at bitstreamtv.live. They do a great job, Brian and the gang. Brian, Donna and the gang. Brian, Donna, and Troy today. Here comes the kick. A high, deep kick. Taken by the deep back across the 20. The 25 skips around a tackle at the 30-yard line, gets out to about the 32-yard line, did John Hawkins. Nice return.
A good return, good field position here for Cathedral. I'm sure you want to string together an efficient drive. And again, we've talked about it a little bit today. Cathedral's offense has been on explosive plays, and they've only had 2 of them today, both of them long rot runs. See if they can't put together a nice possession here, get into Holy Family field position, at least before the third quarter ends.
Makes it about a 21-yard kick return and puts it at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32.
We'll have 4 wide, as you may be able to hear the wind picking up through our microphones. High snap, picks it up, does Pelzel, hands it off to Rott, right side, struggles forward across the 35 to maybe the 36-yard line, a gain of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 on the way.
The interior offensive line for Cathedral is getting a really, really good push. Even though they're pretty clearly undersized against the Holy Family defensive front, they've been still able to create some good runs.
Coming up on 3 to play here in this third. Pelzel looks to the sideline. I want to say thanks to Central Minnesota Credit Union. See what they can do for you at mycmcu.org. Pelzel consulting his wristband playbook. Now the snap. He's going to run it right up the gut behind Rott. Picks up a couple of yards to about the 40. That would be a gain of 4, and it would bring up 3rd and 2, and it looks like that's where they're going to put it.
Tackled by Bowden Kapke.
So 3rd and short coming up here. We've got a referee timeout on the field. We've got an injury. There it is, the 40-yard line. A Holy Family Fire defender laying on his back. And we'll take a quick timeout while they tend to him. Timeouts are always brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. And we'll be back. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Thanks, Gabe. While we were away, there was a high snap, and Pelzel just runs it right up the gut, picks up maybe a half a yard, which brings up a 4th and short, and now we've got another injury for the Holy Family Fire. A player laying at the 40 again on his back and writhing in pain. Hopefully he's going to be all right. I can't get a number on it. But, hopefully he's going to be all right. We'll take another quick break. Timeout's always brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. It's 11-8 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. We've got 2:13 to play here in this third quarter. They're still tending to the injured Holy Family Fire player, laying on his back on the 40-yard line. Certainly hope and he's okay. Looks like they're trying to work out his left forearm. No, they're just trying to help him up. And he's up, and he's going to walk off under his own power. And it's number 71, Emiliano Corona. 6'1", 186-pound senior. Probably a little bigger than that.
You lose a little bit of size here in the defensive front for however long he'll be on the sideline. And that hurts in a 4th and short situation right here.
4th and less than a yard coming up here. They wind the clock. We're at 2 minutes and counting to go in this third quarter. And it looks like they're setting up to punt. Not going to go for it. So they'll give it back. That's a fake. Rott has it. Left edge. Avoids a tackle. Spins into the crowd. And he's going to get enough for the first down. It was close. He got about 3/4 of a yard. Just enough for the first down. And that moves the sticks. Big play for Cathedral.
Yeah, you know, sometimes there's trick plays like that on a fake punt where just about everybody in the building knows that you're going to do it, or at least is thinking, well, maybe they're going to fake it here. I think that's the case, especially on 4th and short.
Didn't seem to take anybody off guard. Just enough, though, for the first down for Cathedral. So that moves the sticks, and they'll be able to run out the rest of this quarter probably at least.
1st and 10 for the 43.
Leading by 3, clinging to a 3-point lead. Pelzel under the gun here. A tight set with Rott behind him in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Rott. Right side, he has to avoid a tackler immediately. Can't avoid the second wave. Hit and spun across the 40 to the 41. A loss of a couple, and we've got a flag on the play as well. And they're going to be taking more yards off because it's a hold against Cathedral.
And again, this isn't a really great spot to have these penalties kind of at the middle of the field. It's better, I guess, to have them here than if you're deep in your own field position, but really regardless, Cathedral has had a couple issues with sacks early in the first quarter, 2 long loss for yardage on sacks, and a couple of penalties early as well that really pinned them back deep.
I want to say thanks to Blacklight Adventures, Laser Tag, Virtual Reality, Escape Room, and more. Visit blacklightadventuresllc.com. Inside a minute to play here in this third. 1st and 26 for Cathedral. Pelzel in the gun. 4 wide, 2 to either side. High snap, he goes up and gets it. Hands off to Rott. Rott not much doing. Struggles forward for maybe a yard. A 2nd and very long coming up here with 30 seconds and counting to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, very, very long 2nd and 26. I can't imagine that you're thinking of much here for Cathedral other than maybe a screen pass or try and get something to the flats.
We'll see what they do come up with. They've had a couple of big plays here. A 91-yard touchdown run by Andrew Rott in the first half. Also had a 42-yard run to set up a field goal. So it led to both of their scores. That's where they sit right now with 11, and they lead by 3. That is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. 11-8 Cathedral on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Quarter number 4 starts when we come back. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Will not be allowed to exit until all fans have done so.
right, we flip ends, and we'll start the fourth quarter here. Cathedral Crusaders and the Holy Family Fire. 11-8, Cathedral leads on the American Doorworks scoreboard as we get set to start this fourth quarter, and the wind continues to pick up and has not died down throughout the afternoon. It's gone the other direction.
Yeah, and I guess if you think about this from a kicking perspective in this game, Cathedral for the remainder of the fourth quarter will have the wind at their backs as an offensive unit. So, I don't know if that's going to play out or if that's going to have any impact on it, but certainly one of the elemental situations that you'll have to think about here as this game continues on.
I think it's why they were pretty comfortable to let the clock run out at the end of the third with a 2nd and 26 coming up. You might be onto something there, Thomas. Pelzel in the gun, 4 wide, 2 to either side. Ball on the right hash as they go right to left from our vantage point here in the fourth quarter. There's the snap. Pelzel looks to his left. Pump fakes, now finds his man, has him, that's Henke. And he's going to find his way across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 10. A good chunk on 2nd and long there. Will bring up 3rd and still long, but not quite as long. 3rd and about 13. Looks like they're going to have it about 3rd and 15 coming up here.
3rd and 15 from the 38.
So I had the spot wrong. So 3rd and 15 on the way, inside 11 and a half to go in the ball game. On the on the American Doorworks scoreboard.
A much more manageable, kind of more manageable 3rd and long here.
Better than 26 for sure, still 15. They hand it off to Rott, right side. He's hit immediately, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing doing there on 3rd and long with the run play. So it'll be 4th and 15, and the Cathedral Crusaders will be forced to punt it away here. Leading by only 3, Holy Family Fire may sense this momentum swinging back in their favor.
Yeah, and their offense has been, I would say, better here in the second half. They again had another turnover early on their first possession of the half, but Holy Family has found some work on the ground. They've let Kirsch create some opportunities. They can get the ball in good field position. Look out.
Tian Foudry, the deep man, standing on his own 30 on the left hash. Lights to punt it. High snap. He goes up and gets it. And nice deep kick bouncing right at the feet at the 28 of Foudry. He's going to run down the far sideline, pick up some good yardage across the 40 to about the, let's see where they spotted here, where he stepped out. They're going to say he stepped out at the 37-yard line. So about a 5-yard return as it turns out. Let's see here. About an 8-yard return.
Yeah, they're going to Rott with a good tackle there on special teams. Foundry is a difficult guy to bring down. He is right around 6 foot, so he has some size to him, but the speed is there, right? He's able to be fairly shifty. He's tough to make a play on in the open field.
He's quick, and straightaway speed is good as well. So Kirsch brings the troops back out. We'll go with that tight 2 wingback set. There's the handoff to Pegas. He stiff arms the tackler, gets around the right edge, and can't turn it into any meaningful yards. And now we're going to get a flag as a little extra on the end of that. Evan Wallen made a good play and then took him out of bounds and threw him down after they were out of bounds. So that's going to benefit the Holy Family Fire. And you can't have those kind of penalties if you're the Crusaders.
Yeah, I think Wallen's going to call for that throw. Pegas, I don't know if Pegas sold it at the back end. He was kind of having his momentum go that way anyway, so he was going to be hitting pretty hard on the ground.
So that'll give the Fire a fresh set just on the penalty. Is your defense makes a good play and then you screw it up by making an ill-advised play on the end.
Yeah, now Holy Family in Cathedral territory here. Let's see if they can string together a good play here on first down.
I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards. Kirsch in the gun, fakes the handoff, keeps it right up the gut. He's got room across the 45, hit hard at the 40, taken down at the 39-yard line. He got 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1 coming up. Eventually making the play was Evan Wallen coming up with a stop, but not before Kirsch comes up with 9 yards.
Yeah, we've talked about this quite a bit today, Barry. Those interior runs, the quarterback half of the read option has worked well today for Holy Family. Cathedral has basically said, look, we're going to shut you down on the outside. We're not going to let your running backs get many yardage, and we're going to trust our tacklers to bring down Kirsch.
2nd and 1 coming up. Want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mhappliance.com. Kirsch back in the gun. And we're going to get a flag.
Play clock
defensive
was at 0.
backfield. Looks like it's going to be a delay of game call. So they'll lose some yardage. Now Holy Family losing some yardage. It's a seesaw of who can beat themselves with penalties here.
Right, and what do coaches talk about most? Penalties, turnovers. Holy Family has, they've played well enough when they've been running the football, when they've been in their system to win this game. They have to negate those penalties.
So 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1. Ball back on the 44-yard line of the Crusaders. Faking the handoff is Kirsch. He keeps it. Following Lensmeyer. Getting around the left edge. He's got room at the 40, 35. Cuts it in at the 30, 25, 20. Breaks through a tackle. Finally dragged down at the 12-yard line. They're going to put him at the 12. That's a 32-yard run by Kirsch off the left side.
How about the blocking down the field as well there by Holy Family's Ben Gallis? The center was way, way down there, leading his quarterback all the way down the field. There was a great block thrown by Joseph Richardson as well of Holy Family. They've been keeping Cathedral in that lull, right? Every time Kirsch has a football, he's going up the middle. Well, now we're going to hit a sweep on the outside with the QB. Big yardage on the play.
1st and 10 from the 12. They can get another first down yet. We've got 8:30 and counting to play here. Holy Family threatening to take the lead. Kirsch in the gun, fakes the handoff, keeps it again, right side, cuts it up, and taken down at about the 10. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 9. Gain of about 3 there. 2nd and 7 coming up. Ball at the 9-yard line. Coming up on 8 minutes to play. I want to say thanks to American Doorworks. Check out their online showroom at AmericanDoorworks.com.
You're in the red zone. You're inside the 10. You cannot turn the ball over here if you're a Holy Family. You are in scoring position right now.
They have shot themselves in the foot a lot on offense this afternoon. Looking to avoid that here. It's 2nd and 7. Kirsch in the gun. He brings him into a tight set. Too tight on the right side. Receiving. He fakes the handoff. Keeps it again. Nothing doing. He's going to lose yardage as they drive him back outside the 15-yard line, but they'll give him forward progress to the 14. So 3rd and 12 coming up here. Nice job by the Cathedral defense here, looking to hold on 3rd and long.
And it looked like a little bit of a broken rushing play there. Not a ton of blocking that was strong up front. Cathedral was able to get in quick and make some plays.
Coming up on 7 to play here. 11-8 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Holy Family trails Cathedral. The Fire looking to score here. Kirsch with 3 wide. 2 to the near side. Back to pass, looking to the lone receiver. Left side, he has Foudry. Inside the 10, taken out of bounds on the far sideline. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be at the 6. So it'll be 4th and about 4. So a gain of 8 on the play. Ball on the left hash. We're inside 6.5 to play now here. And a big 4th down upcoming for the Fire. Are they going to try to tie it up with a kick here?
And don't look now, Kirsch.
Like they are.
Kirsch is getting hot on the offensive end, too, passing the football, Barry. He's 4 of his last 4.
Carver Casper is the field goal kicker. Kirsch will kneel down on a knee to await the hold. And Holy Family is going to take a timeout to think it over. 4th and 4 with 6:09 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cathedral leading by 3. Holy Family looks to be trying to tie it up with a field goal when we return. Timeouts always brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. will the Holy Family Fire do? Are they going to stick with their decision to kick a field goal, or will they decide to go for it on 4th and 4? Looks like they've abandoned the field goal effort. I don't see, this doesn't look like they're huddling up for a field goal try here.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here, Barry. Regardless, I think if it were me sitting in these shoes, I think I'd want Kirsch throwing the football here.
And they are going to go for it. Kirsch has it. He's going to run right side. He's going to be hit, struggling forward. Did he get enough for the first down? It doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to be stopped about a yard shy, and the Cathedral Crusaders defense holds. What a big play for the Crusaders. With 6:01 to play, they maintain a 3-point lead.
Yeah, what a stop. Look at all those defenders, for those of you watching on the KNSI Sports Network, swarming to the football, shutting down Kirsch, not allowing him to move his legs.
Looks like they came up about a yard and a half shy with a spot. So Cathedral will have it deep in their own territory, but they held on defense.
Turns it over on downs to the Crusaders.
In danger of giving the lead to Holy Family for the first time this afternoon. It remains 11-8 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. The American Doorworks scoreboard is what I was saying.
And I tell you what, Barry, I think Cathedral might have this in the back of their minds. Remember the last time they were inside their own 10?
I do.
Andrew Rott, 91-yard touchdown.
Just like that. They hand it off not to Roth this time. They hand it off right side, and picking up a couple of tough yards is going to be Evan Wallen. Gets out to the 6, a gain of a couple. 2nd and 8 on the way.
It's just his first carry today. It's kind of been very Rott heavy today on the running side for Cathedral.
Rod on the sideline with no helmet on. He's probably like, hey guys, last time we were here, remember what happened? Like you said, Thomas.
2nd and 8 from the 6.
He's putting his helmet back on. Looks like he's ready to go back in there soon. We'll see if we see him back out there.
Rott does play a lot defensively for Cathedral, so that might have just been giving him a little bit of a break after a long drive.
Probably right. The snap, and they hand it off again to Wallen. He spins around, gets out just across the 10. Did the ball come out? The Fire saying the ball came out. Referee coming in from the sideline saying he was down, and now we've got a flag coming in at the end of the play as well.
Penalty flag is down.
This is getting tight. It's getting close here as we approach the 5-minute mark of this football game, Barry. It certainly is shaping up to be a classic here.
You can feel the tension raising a little bit here as we've got just over 5 minutes to play, and that's going to be a procedure penalty against Cathedral.
Illegal participation against the Crusaders.
Illegal substitution.
How often do you see that? Not very often.
I don't remember ever seeing that in a high school football game.
Believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken here, that's when you are already set and you make a substitution?
I believe so. Again, it's so uncommon. Yeah, I don't know.
It might be a pre-play penalty.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. I mean, you get it right eventually, but it is a pre-play penalty. Somebody caught it. Somebody caught it late. So 2nd and 8 coming up after all of that. Cathedral needs to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. 2nd and 11, excuse me. As we tick inside 5 minutes to go. Hand off right side. Breaking out of a tackle is Wallen. He gets out to the 5. Gains a couple. So 3rd and 9 on the way. And 4:40 and counting here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Cathedral's taking some time off the clock, and I think here on 3rd and 9, you're just trying to gain a little bit more yardage. Make sure that Lights has more space behind him on a potential punt here. Obviously, you'd like to get a first down, but yes, you have to need to be careful as well.
I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, the home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. So 3rd and 9. Ball on their own 5 for Cathedral. We'll see what they come up with. They go with 3 wide, 1 to the far side on his right, and then 2 backs, 1 on either side of Pelzel in the gun. He's going to get it and run right up the gut, picking his way across the 10, churning out some yards to about the 11-yard line.
Jack Pelzel on the carry.
Picks up about 6. He'll be a couple yards shy. 4th and 3 coming up.
Yeah, and that's a good play by Pelzel. You get the extra yards, you get closer to that first down marker, but most importantly, you get more space behind your punter here with your backs to the end zone.
Yep, absolutely. That was what that play was about, I think, Thomas. I think you're right. Want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckay'sdodge.com. So inside 3.5 to go now. Lights on to punt. Foudry back at the 43. It's a high, deep kick, and it sails. Foudry, it bounces across the 45. He's going to let it go. Nice kick by Lights, and they'll stop it dead at the 43-yard line.
That is a beautiful punt.
46-yard punt.
Forget the wind aided. He put it in a good spot, too. He got quite a bit underneath of that kick. And this is, I think, if you're the Cathedral defense, you are very comfortable with Holy Family starting here, given where you set them up to start.
So the Holy Family Fire looking to start another drive here. They've had several promising ones throughout the afternoon. Just have been unable to finish them off for one reason or another, mostly penalties and shooting themselves in the foot. Last time the Cathedral Crusaders just made a good stand. 3:12 to go. Kirsch back out there. He's going to keep it, running left side, behind Lensmeyer, hits, spins, and struggles his way to midfield. They're going to spot it at the 50, a gain of 7. Nice run by Kirsch. Just kind of slowly, methodically, patiently picked his way out to midfield.
Yeah, he keeps calling his own number there in the read option, and he's been making good reads. A lot of times when he hasn't been making good reads, his running backs are getting shut down in the backfield. Kirsch is really, it's his game to lose right here.
So we're inside 3 to play here. Kirsch going to run again behind Lensmeyer left side and hit, struggling forward. May have gained a minimal amount.
Tackled by Cole Sexton.
And just enough for the first down. He got just to the stick.
I'm going to rephrase what I just said. It's his game to win here with him down by 3 points here for Holy Family. This is a good statement drive for a senior quarterback.
Ball at the 47 now of Cathedral as we're inside 2.5 to play. Want to say thanks to Stay Fit, located in St. Cloud and Sartell. Find out more at stayfitnow.com. Kirsch going to fake the handoff, run right this time. Find some room across the 45 down to the 42-yard line, maybe the 41. Gain of 4 or 5 there.
Tackled by Luke Chandro.
Or 5 or 6. They're going to put it on the 41, 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Kirsch is up over 100 yards now on the ground at the quarterback position. He's been running hard.
We are inside 2 minutes to play. Holy Family Fire trailing by 3. They've got the ball, 2nd and 4 on the Cathedral 41. Here the Cathedral Crusaders fans trying to pump up their defense. Kirsch goes out, has his man on the left side at the 35, and that is Foudry. Find some good yards. They'll move the sticks again as they put it on the 33-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yeah, good pass. Open spaces there for Kirsch. He's completed his last 5 passes. He's getting hot as this game gets down to the wire.
Clock stopped to reset the sticks at 1:36.
Here's a little nugget for you too, Barry. All 5 of those last completions for Kirsch have been to Foudry.
There, a connection. Tight set here. And keeping it again is Kirsch, looking left side. Patiently awaiting tackles again, and he's got some good yards down that far sideline. Out at the 24, a gain of about 9 on the play. So 2nd and short coming up.
I really love how patient Kirsch is on those quarterback sweeps to the outside. When he's running up the middle, your job is to just get your legs moving and get churning down the field. But on those sweeps, you got to let them develop. He did it right there, allowing the spaces to open up.
We'll say thanks to Central Minnesota Credit Union. See what they can do for you at mycmcu.org. Minute 30 to play. Kirsch in the gun. He's going to follow his blockers left side again patiently. Hit, struggling forward across the 20, keeps struggling. See where they give him forward progress as he's pushed back across the 20. They're going to move the sticks either way. Ball's at about the 17-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play. And we're going to get a timeout by Holy Family with 1:16 to go here. And they trail by 3. They'll have a first down at the 17-yard line of Cathedral when we come back. Timeouts is always brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. And today we're covering Holy Family Fire and the Cathedral Crusaders, and low scoring but a fun game down the stretch here as the tension is raised. 11-8 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. Holy Family trailing by 3, but they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line of Cathedral.
Minute 16 to go. Let's see what Kirsch and Co. can do.
Kirsch again going to keep it. They were just resting him up for another one of these calls on the far sideline. He's got room. He breaks through. It's going to be a touchdown run down that far sideline of 17 yards. And Holy Family takes a lead, their first one of the afternoon, with a minute 10 to play.
Yeah, look at this patience again by Kirsch. You got a great block on the outside by Tien Fodre. Who else, right? It's his leading receiver, and he gets a great seal-off block for Kirsch to cut it back up the sideline and score. That is a winning drive for a senior quarterback.
Playmakers don't have to, they're not only making plays when they have the ball in their hands. That's a good point. Fodre, a good block there on that play. And we have an injury. Yeah, we've got an injury, far sideline there. One of the Cathedral Crusaders, getting his right leg worked out there. Didn't have a number on it. Want to say thanks to Blacklight Adventures, Laser Tag, Virtual Reality, Escape Room, and more. Visit blacklightadventuresllc.com, one of our fine sponsors for the KNSI Sports Network. Also want to say thanks again to Bitstream TV. They're here today. Brian, Donna, Troy, and the gang. BitstreamTV.live. You can watch all their events live as we broadcast them. BitstreamTV.live. All timeouts as well, brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Looks like they're getting the Cathedral Crusaders player up, and it's Evan Wallen. He's going to walk off under his own power, just a little shaken up. That's a good sign. So he'll walk off, and we'll get back to it here, and the Holy Family Fire will go for 2 here. Or, well, you know what? The kicking it would be the better choice, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. They lead by 3. Now 14-11 on the American Doorworks scoreboard.
They are kicking into the wind, of course. So we'll see if that plays into any effect.
And it is not a wind to scoff at. It is a substantial wind. So Carver Casper on to kick. Kirsch will hold. This is a big one here. This will decide what the Cathedral Crusaders would want to do if they had to drive deep into Fire territory. And it's going to make it a 4-point ball game as the kick is good. 15-11 on the American Doorworks scoreboard. A minute 10 to play for the Cathedral Crusaders to get the ball back and drive down and take the lead back and try to come away with a win here this afternoon at Tiger Stadium. A minute 10 to play, and we'll have kickoff when we come back. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. One minute and 10 seconds to play. Cathedral about to get the ball back here. And the Fire will kick it off left to right here. And that is Carver Casper. He's going to have a holder again this time, and it is Michael Richelson. It's a low kick, bounces at about the 27, picked up deep at the 15. Running left is going to be, well, we've got a flag coming in as well, and that is number 11 for Cathedral, Isaiah Pesh, and we've got a flag coming in. Looks like it's going to go against the Cathedral Crusaders and back them up deeper to their own territory. They would have been about the 26-yard line.
And Holy Family thinks they have the football. Looks like they do.
Oh, it looks like they fumbled on the end as well. A fumble. What a turn of events. Holy Family looking to seal this thing. So they'll pick up the flag. They'll decline it, of course, because Holy Family came up with a fumble recovery. Wow.
Man,
that is a killer.
Yeah, this game just keeps getting crazier and crazier as we get closer to triple goose eggs on the scoreboard, Barry. That's the absolute last thing that can happen on the kick return. You can't afford a turnover like that. And here Cathedral is going to have to look at finding some way to force a turnover of their own.
And they do have the timeouts up on the board. It is 3 for Cathedral, so that works in their favor. They'll have to come up with a couple of stops and get the ball back here. But there's not going to be much time left, no matter what, because we've got just a minute 2 to play here.
And you got to stop Jake Kirsch at some point. He has 110 rushing yards unofficially in the second half.
They've not been able to do it, and it's not been a secret who's going to run the ball. Left side, they stop him on this one for no gain. Well, they'll call a quick timeout, Will Cathedral, and their clock's still running. They're going to have to put some time back up. They did call the timeout, and they just didn't stop the clock up here. So we'll see if they can figure out how much to put back up on the clock. Yeah, you're going to have to put some time back up. About 9 seconds ran off there. 53.2 is where it's at right now. They've got a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. I want to remind you, though, the timeouts are always brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. And Cathedral sideline saying, hey, put some time back up on the clock. What are you guys doing up there?
Yeah, there's no microphone on the referee, so I think the referee is going to have to shout. You think with the wind? This isn't really something that I think referees think about before they come to a game.
I don't know how you play the wind on a shout. And they're going to say 102. They're going to put about 9 seconds back up. Yep, 102. So, I think that's where they started, 102.3 or something. Or no, it was 102 was when they started that first down play, right?
It was around there. It might have been 103 something, somewhere
I
near
remember
there.
saying 103 or 102. So, I don't know how that only took a second, but that's where they put it. There's the snap. Kirsch again almost lost it, keeps it, breaks through. He's going to have another touchdown. He almost fumbled it. Looked like he was going to give Cathedral a chance. And then he breaks it open for a 25-yard score, his second one of the second half. And that breaks open the lead, 21-11 on the American Doorworks scoreboard, and pretty much shuts the door on Cathedral here this afternoon.
Absolutely, Barry. Kirsch taking over this football game on the ground. 171 yards unofficially here today, 2 scores. How about his second half? Well over the century mark in the half alone.
He is taking over here in the second half, and they're about to kick the extra point again. There's the snap. We're going to get a flag before the play, and we'll go against the Crusaders. We'll see if that changes their plan to kick. It doesn't look like it will. Moves it back, so where it'll be a 25-yard extra point kick. As Kirsch will kneel on the 15 and await the snap for the hold. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is wide left, no good. 21-11 the score on the American Doorworks scoreboard. 55.6 seconds to go in the ball game. We'll be back with the kickoff next. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
John Hawkins and Isaiah Pesh each to receive the kickoff of Connor Casper.
We've got 55.6 to play here, and Holy Family just about to kick it back to Cathedral for this final just under a minute to play. I want to remind you at the end of the game we'll have our post game. We'll pick an All-Star Trophy and Awards player of the game. Gabe Anderson back in the KNSI Sports Studio will take care of that, as well as a play of the game brought to you by Blacklight Adventures. Thanks to Gabe Anderson back in the studio for doing a great job as always this afternoon as well. A low squib kick, left side, and it's taken. And looks like, are they going to say he was on his knee when he caught it?
Yeah, the referee's tapping on his knee.
From furthest away made the call, I believe, but I think he got it right nonetheless. On the return, that was Isaiah Pesh. Kind of picked it up off his knee and took off running, and the referees didn't realize it until he was about 10 yards down the field. So 51.3 to go. Cathedral, we'll see what they want to do here.
Yeah, this is go time. You need to get something explosive real quick, right? You have 55-ish seconds, 51 seconds up on the board. You need to find a way to score quick and then get an onside kick recovery.
Yeah, break something open big quickly and get an onside kick somehow. Pelzel back to pass. Goes down the right seam, has his man, nice pass across the 40. And that is John Hawkins, excuse me. And he's out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 20 there on first down. Clock stops to set the sticks. It's at 45 seconds right now. So they'll hustle up. Well, we've got a Holy Family Fire injury. Player laying at about the 23-yard line on his back, so they'll tend to him. And I want to remind you, all timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Holy Family Fire player still laying at the 23. Now they're helping him up. It looks like that's number 49, Thomas Geyer, 6'1", 200-pound senior.
That's certainly a big loss for them up front. He's been very, very effective in the run game for Holy Family today, keeping Cathedral to a very tough outing on the ground as a team outside of the 2 long runs for Rott.
45 seconds to go. Pelzel in the gun, looks to throw. Has his man out on the right, and that is, he's taking a big hit by Kirsch out of bounds, is John Hawkins. He took a heck of a shot.
Boy, Kirsch leveled him on that play, huh?
And they're going to keep the clock running. They spotted at the 42-yard line. 2nd and 8. The snap, Pelzel back to pass. Looking, goes over the middle, has his man across the 40, 35, sidesteps a tackle. He may go to the house, taken down at the 10-yard line. And that is Evan Wallen with the big gain. 48 yards.
That was a great play after the catch, too, to evade a tackler.
15 seconds to go. And time just working against Cathedral. Pelzel in the gun with the snap, looking to pass. Goes to the left and a little too tall. Looking for a flag was Caleb Leintz. He won't get it. Thought it was pass interference. He won't get the call. So 3.7 seconds to go. Cathedral looking to get a final score in this one. Won't matter as they trail by 10, but they're just trying to make it look a little better on the scoreboard. So 3.7, likely just one play left for Cathedral to try to score. Again, at the end of the game, we'll have your post game. Gabe Anderson back in the KNSI Sports Studio will bring you your All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game. Also, we'll bring you your Blacklight Adventures Play of the Game. And we'll bring it out here for unofficial post-game stats with Thomas Breach as well. The final play of the game likely. Pelzel in the gun. Back to pass, looking left, looking back to his right, now flushed out on the roll. And he's going to tuck it and run, and he's in for the score, I believe. Or are they going to say he's short? Looked like he reached it across, but his knee must have been down first. So that is going to do it for the ball game. There's still 3.7 on the clock. I think they forgot to start the clock. Now they're saying there's 2.9 left. I think the Holy Family crowd is complaining a little bit, saying that this game should be over.
Looks like the referees are giving that signal as well.
Referee stepped in and say, all right, that took more than 3.7 seconds. So that is going to do a 21-11, the final score on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Takes us to our post-game show. The Cathedral Crusaders fall to 1-3 on the year, and for the Holy Family Fire, that is win number 1. They improved to 1-2 on this young season. Takes us to our post-game. All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game coming up, along with the Blacklight Adventures Play of the Game. Player of the Game and Play of the Game will be given to you by Gabe Anderson back in the KNSI Sports Studio. First, though, we'll take a break, and Thomas Breach will do some quick math, and we'll have post-game unofficial stats for you in just a couple of minutes here. You're listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
How do you break it down? Does it go in more? Yep. Just like that? I can hear that. Wasn't me. This arm felt like that.
21-11 the final on the American Doorworks scoreboard for post-game unofficial stats. We hear from Thomas Breach first of all. Holy Family won 21-11 over Cathedral. Thomas?
Yeah, thank you, Barry. It was a very interesting game throughout. Cathedral leading 11-0 after the first half. Holy Family putting up 21 unanswered in the second half. It was a great game today from Jake Kirsch. He really took off in the second half. Team stats total on the passing side for Cathedral, they finished with 108 yards through the air. Holy Family with just 66, but it was a ground game in the second half that took off for Holy Family. They were being outrushed by nearly 70 yards after the first half. The final tally, 237 rushing yards for Holy Family, 186 for Cathedral. Standouts on the statistical side for Cathedral, Andrew Rott had 13 carries for 153 yards and a score. Pelzel through the air, 6 of 17, 108 yards, and he added 29 on the ground. Of course, the big name today was Jake Kirsch, having a great second half, finishing 6 of 9, including 5 of 6 in the second half, 66 yards through the air. He did have 2 picks, but on the ground, running the read option, he was stellar. 25 touches, 171 yards, 2 scores for Kirsch. His top receiver, Tian Foudre, added 5 catches for 59.
All right, thank you very much, Thomas Breach, with your post-game stats and some things for Gabe Anderson to chew on for our Player of the Game, the All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game. And also he'll give you the Blacklight Adventures Play of the Game here as we continue the post-game show next. We'll send it back to Gabe Anderson. Thanks, Gabe, for doing a great job as always this afternoon as well. And for Tom Breach, I'm Barry Hine out here at the Tech Tiger Stadium where the Holy Family Fire come on the road and win 21-11 against Cathedral. Also want to say thanks to Bitstream TV for being out here, Brian, Donna, and the gang, along with Troy today. BitstreamTV.live. BitstreamTV.live. They did a great job as always as well. That's going to do it for us out here at the field. For Thomas Breach, I'm Barry Hine. Thanks for joining us for high school football. We'll send it back to the KNSI Sports Studio next. This is high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Thank you very much.